Hello, guys. Um, this is not normal for me, but I'm checking in for the first time. Today is Wednesday. Well, actually, it is Thursday. Um, this week really has been down bad. So, starting off with good news, the pop up that I'm gonna have in Stone Mountain had closed out that order list, what, Sunday of this week? And it is the most orders that I've gotten in a single city. So, thank you for everybody out there that, has supported, shared it, anything like that. Like, the support is overwhelming to say the least, but very, very grateful. Um, but yeah, I've been like trying to get ahead and, do as much of it is that I can do ahead of time because my cinnamon roll process is not a single day process. It is days in advance. And like there are certain things and techniques that I do that help the flavor develop even more. So even though today is Wednesday/Thursday, I would have pre-rolled some of the rolls, put them in the freezer. Then I have them like slow rise in the fridge before it is that actually bake them off the morning of/ the night before the pop-up. So been trying to get ahead of doing that thing, like doing those things. So each day this week I've been doing something different. So, I come home from work after working a full day and then, essentially come home and work almost another full night and then start the process over again. As you can probably see, I'm pretty tired today because to be honest, the baking has been the simpler part of the process this week, which normally I think it's the harder part for me. But this week, like the full-time job just has me down bad. Like every day this week so far, like I've had no real break. And then, there are a lot of changes happening with the company as well as just internally, I guess, within the branch. And I'm having a hard time adjusting. I'm not gonna lie. I have a very, very hard time adjusting. And it's so funny to live in the two worlds because like the baking part is making me so happy. And then, when the slightest inconvenience happens on the other end, I'm just like, is this a sign? Is this a sign that, I need to just put all my eggs in one basket? But yeah, definitely. I can't afford to do that. And, I've seen a lot of people comment on, just like work ethic and stuff like that. But the fact is like, this is how it is that I've always worked my professional life. As long as I can remember, like even before I started working, when I was in clubs in school, when I had just started high school, I was in 7 clubs. They're only 5 days of the week, and I played sports growing up, and played sports, was in the arts, was like still a full time student. When I was going to university, I was a full time student, and I was working full time. So this is just always how it has been for me. Like I feel like, I've always had to grind, and my motivation one has yes to been to be successful. Because to be honest, for me, money is never the main driver. I like doing something and doing it well. So that's one thing. Two, I want to get to a point where it is that I can really take care of those that I love around me. You guys know I have my family back in Jamaica, and like, my mother is number one person in my life, and I've watched her grind as well her entire life. Well, my entire life, not her entire life. I've watched her grind my entire life and, work hard. And, me now in my 30s, I see how hard it is to take care of your family and then still do what it is that you have to do in the day and still try and find time for yourself, which, you really don't necessarily find that. And I want that in her older age now that, there's a point where she can truly just enjoy. I feel like you've done your time. You've done enough, and there should be a certain point that you can just enjoy. And to be honest, I want to be able to provide that for her. you know I want to be able to know that, when Brian is going through whatever he's going through, that he doesn't have to worry about certain things. So those are really the things that push me to work as hard as I do. And then as well, again, I tell you, like, I just like knowing that something I've done and that my name is on, that it is done well. So I really try and put my best foot forward in anything that I'm doing. But this week is a tough week. You know, not every week is good, and not every week I'm positive. And I mean, I know you guys might not see it on that end there, but there are some weeks where I'm like, it's just really, really tough for me, you know, and I smile through it because that's how I approach everything. I laugh when things are really, really bad. I laugh like through everything. That's just my way of coping, you know. It's almost like I feel like if I focus on the negative, or if I give it too much energy, then I'm just gonna get depressed. And what is that gonna do for me? So yeah, I kind of try and push it to the side and suppress it. Might not be the healthiest thing to do all the time, so I've been told. But you know, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. Um, yeah, I don't know. And that's the thing. You see, like when I'm not feeling good, I tend to think about like all the negative things too, which is why I hate being in this kind of space. Like right now, I miss Jamaica too. Like, you know, I'm really itching to get back and spend a good amount of time there. Like, I'm missing my friends there. I'm missing my family there. I'm missing just like everyday life there. I'm missing being able to go out on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, Sunday in the day, and like there's something going on. And I don't know, like, even if it is that I went back, a lot of these things might not even be happening anymore. But I wouldn't even know because, you know, I really haven't been there very long or a lot over the course of the last 6 years. So, yeah, but I think a Jamaica trip is due. You guys haven't seen me go for the last 2 years and Brian for the last three, which is crazy. Anyways, I'm not gonna stay on here and depress anybody with my problems. It is now 3:45, and I need to go and jump in the bed because again, another work day tomorrow. I am a manager on duty, so tomorrow, you know, I have additional responsibility plus what it is that I normally do. So I need to make sure that, you know, I have the energy to be able to do that. Only probably gonna get 3 hours of sleep. Yeah, a little bit more than three. But the week is almost done. I'm not working this weekend. I have the pop-up, but it's on Sunday. So I'll still have like time in between to rest, thankfully. Yeah, so just gotta push through. You've gotta push through. If you want good, your nose have to run, as them say in Jamaica. So let me put these things up and go and jump in the bed and try and knock out. Yeah, so this is what I was telling you guys. So see, like, I have my things labeled and pre-rolled. It's about to go in the freezer. And this will help me out greatly to be able to be ready for Sunday. Good night, guys. Hello, guys. This has got to be the work week from hell. Almost every day this week, I've left like abnormally late. Typically, I leave work, I would say between 5:45 and 6, but for the last 4 days, so 4 out of 5 days, I've left like 6:30 onwards. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you know, of course, the week when it is that, you know, I'm trying to get everything ready for this pop-up earlier than normal, is when it is that I'll be getting home later than normal. Of course, always has to be something, right? But to be quite frank, I think I've done very well with my schedule for baking. For Stone Mountain this week, Sunday, it's my first time there doing the rolls, and this ended up being the biggest turnout that I've ever had for one city. Typically, I would have been doing on average between 150 and 180 rolls, and then maybe 50 to 70 cookies, but that would be when I was doing Morrow, Douglasville, and South Fulton all in the same weekend. This time around, it is just Stone Mountain, and I have like almost 160 rolls and around 60 cookies as well. So you can imagine this, like for all of this to be in one day. I know it's gonna be a crazy 2 hour window, but I'm looking forward to it though. Because it's like I'm able to see where this can be more of a career now, and I feel like every pop-up I'm learning something else, I'm getting more efficient, and it is giving me a better idea as to what this could look like in whether the near future or the not so near future. One thing I will say though, because I clearly hurt my back doing something, like just my lower back this week, and it had me think to myself, like, with me doing a job now that involves labor and involves my physical body to do the work, like, what do I do if it is I ever get injured? So yeah, I really need to really think about this and be smart. Like, those are the kinds of things that definitely, even when I get the itch and think, oh, I want to quit and do this full time, that's one of those things. Like, what happens if I get injured and can't do pop-ups for a couple of weeks, at least while it is that it's just me baking. Because of course it's much easier to think about those things when it is that you have a team around, but I don't have one, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. And then too, it's like things like insurance, and then having to figure out your own taxes and things like that. Like, those are all the things that I think we take for granted when it is that we're working corporate or working for someone. And when you become an entrepreneur, like, those things become very real. So yeah, there are a couple of things that I think I'd have to figure out first before I even take that leap. So I'm gonna sit my ass here and make sure that I'm able to balance the two things. But needless to say, I'm just loving the growth. Like, I've grown really quickly, I find. And I just have to keep reminding myself, like, I need to make sure it is still manageable for me, because I have to prioritize the full time and then work as hard as I can to, like, still maintain the momentum of this growing baby that is a sticky spoon. Anyhow, it's now 7:03, as bright as it is outside. 7:03. I'm about to try and find something to eat because today is Friday, so trying to find something to eat before I go home. So really and truly, I have leftovers, so it's just to really figure out what Brian wants to eat, and I'll just pick it up and yeah, go home, and we'll probably watch some Drag Race, because we know the finale for All Stars is tonight, even though I'm sure everybody already knows who production is gonna have winning. Yeah, so we'll see. Should be a pretty chill night. I'm probably going to end up doing something in relation to baking later, but I definitely am going to take it a little easy when I get home tonight, because I do have all day tomorrow that I'm able to actually finish stuff up. So that's a relief, because Stone Mountain isn't until Sunday. So anyways, I'll see you guys when I get home.
Hello, Maz Gang. Good morning. It is Tuesday, the 21st. I've been receiving a lot of messages from you guys about where our video was for Sunday. Hold on, let me clean this off. Better. Sunday was Alex pop-up. We were in Stone Mountain, so I didn't really record anything last week, and he didn't really either. So we just took a break and didn't post for the week. We've been going hard for the last 5 years. Like, we've been really consistent. We probably have missed, I'll say 2, maybe 3 Sundays in a almost 5-year span. So when we realized that we didn't have any content for that Sunday's vlog, we was just like, okay, yeah, maybe we just need to take a break, take this week off, not try to rush anything, like make up a Q&A or something like that. We just decided to, like, relax. So that's where we were. Nothing's wrong. Everything is okay. I do appreciate y'all checking. I do appreciate how locked in y'all are with us. So thank you. But yes, we do apologize for not posting last week, but we kind of needed that break. But on another note, I remember telling you guys a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, that we got a bar gazebo to go in our backyard. And today is the day that we are able to get it put up. So I'm super excited about that. I'm going to show you guys what space I'm talking about because I feel like I heard the car pull up. But give me a minute. I'm going to show y'all where it's going. And then I'll show you guys the end result later on today. So it will be... you see that slab. It'll be over there on the concrete slab. Last night, Alec had to move everything from the concrete slab to the deck because we had everything on the concrete slab because we were going to stain the deck, but then it started to rain, so we haven't been able to finish that. But we actually have stained our fence and parts of our stairs, so we'll show y'all that once that's completed. But yeah, today is the day. It's getting done, and I'm super excited about it. But I'm gonna sit here and wait for the guy to get here because he is a little late. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys a little later. It's coming along, guys. Look at it. There it is, guys. There goes the grill. I mean the gazebo. Isn't she pretty? See, we have all the stuff out here. Yes. We had them bolted down. And it has a little electric thing here. Because we want to put some bar lights up there at the top. And then there's the beer or the bottle opener right there. A little shelf. We have this. It's gonna be really nice.
Hello guys. What day is today? Well, it's the beginning of the week still. I am coming from work. Yesterday I had my first pop-up in Stone Mountain. So shout out to all of the Maz gang out there who I met for the first time, and thank you so much for supporting. For all of those who know, I do live closer to the Douglasville, South Fulton area, so they have seen me quite a bit on that end, and those who have supported us in Morrow. But going all the way to Stone Mountain, which is like 50 minutes to an hour from where we live, really has opened up more people to be able to access the sticky spoon and sticky goodness, right? So I was very, very happy to meet some of y'all. Yeah, I mean, it was maybe about 150 something rolls that I had to do. Typically, the most I've ever done is like 180, and that was over the course of 2 days, and it was 3 different cities. So to do 150 for one single city was amazing. But when I tell you tired, I was up for 36 hours straight baking. Yeah, I don't know how I do it. I think it's the adrenaline of like the excitement of all of this still being so new. It allows me to really be able to push through. But even though I was tired, like my spirit was so high on Sunday because a lot of the people came from TikTok, but I was able to see so many people that were excited to see us from the Maz gang, and that really I think was the highlight of my day. I do have 2 people in particular that had given us stuff. So one couple gave us a card, so I'm gonna go back. That's Tish and Mona, so thank you for that. And I think it was Monica. I hope I didn't get your name wrong. She gave me some flour mix, and it just happened to be the same brand that I bake with. So very interested to use that, and very happy for that, Monica. Just so we clear who it is, I know your grandchild is Drew. So if your grandchild is Drew, you're the one I'm talking about. Hopefully, as I said, I got your name correct. But yeah, Sunday was good, well supported, and now for the next 2 weeks I'm also going to be having one. So I have one in South Fulton Sunday coming. We already closed off that list. We closed it off early because I was already oversubscribed from before the list had cut off. Morrow is still open for those who see this video. probably the day when this video comes out is the day that the Morrow list is gonna be closed, because yeah, I mean, before I used to give like 2 to 3 weeks for it to fill up. Now 1 week is all it needs. So I'm super grateful, super grateful. Going home now though, to one, do have to start preparing for the next pop-up, so no rest in between really. Gonna be preparing, like taking out all of the flour, separating everything that needs to be separated, and trying to get kick-started on the week ahead that I'm gonna have with baking, because I also have an order that I have to do for Brian's aunt for her birthday. Outside of that, we have one of Brian's friends, his former co-worker, who is in Atlanta for an interview, so he's gonna be staying with us for tonight only, I think. So once I get home, I really am just going to like change and get ready to go to dinner with everybody. Yeah, so the week is pushing along. I know you guys didn't see us last week, and so many people reached out and where they're like, just want to make sure everything is okay. As you probably would have seen in the videos before, like I was spent last week. Had 4 days where I left work more than an hour later than I normally do. So that really took all of the energy out of me between, doing stuff for the Sticky Spoon and work. It really just had me exhausted. And then, Brian, he goes through his bouts of pain and everything while we're still preparing to, have some kind of word on surgery. So some days are better than others, but last week was just a rough week for him as well. And, he gets bored after some time, like being home every day. So there really wasn't that much to share. So we do apologize. We know we have not missed a Sunday in like 2 years. And this is only maybe like our 3rd time total missing a Sunday. But we'll be back at it, as you'll see from this video. So don't worry guys, we're okay. Sometimes we're just a little burnt out. And when we are, we just got to take the rest that's necessary, and then we'll be back to share with you as always. But we appreciate y'all still continuing to be on the journey to our real supporters out there. Anyways, I will see y'all when we go to dinner. Bye. Hey guys, happy day off to me. Today is Wednesday, and I'm about to head outside because I just got a package from Amazon. Yeah. Oh, you can see I'm also about to start prepping for my baking, so that's what you see over there. But yeah, I got a package from Amazon. Need to bring it down into the backyard. I know Brian showed you what it is that we're doing already there. So as you know, we have a bar down there now. So I did go ahead to get the bar stools ahead of time. So they just came in today. I think they're already assembled because it's supposed to be 4 of them. So Brian said he thinks that they might be stacked in there. I really hope that they are, because I'm so tired of using Allen keys and putting things together. So I really don't want to have to do that this time around. But yeah, I'm excited for the bar. I think the backyard in general is just turning out to be such an oasis back there. Like, I can't wait until it's all done and we can kind of at least figure out how to fix this bug issue, because we have like so many little bugs back there. So I'm trying to figure out what we can do for that. Like, I've been seeing like these little bug zapper lamps and things like that that you can like put in a stake in the ground in the backyard. So I don't know if anybody has ever used anything like that. Let me know if it is helpful and if it works in your backyard. But other than that, I just feel like the backyard is going to be so nice. It's going to have so much seating now. So if we're entertaining, like, everybody can be outside and it's going to be okay. Because we have seating on the top deck. We have seating on the bottom deck. We have seating now by the bar. And then we have seating in the little fire pit area. So, people can like break off into little groups or whatever and still be socializing, and it should still be a pretty good time. So yeah, I'm excited for what it is gonna be. I can't wait to finish it all so we can just do like a backyard tour and show you guys what the finished product is after months and months of work. Yeah, so I'm about to go downstairs. Brian just went to drop off his friend Jose. Not drop off, drop off his stuff because Jose left his stuff here. So he's gonna drop his stuff at the airport. So Brian just left. So I'm gonna bring this down, pull these out. Hopefully it's full chairs, and just set them up so you can see what it looks like and see if it fits with our new bar. Right. Oh, and we actually started like doing little things to it already too. So if you don't notice, we have some lights here. The cords are a little bit of an eyesore, so we are going to use like zip ties to try and keep it together so you don't see as much of the cord spread out. But I'm excited for night to come down so we can see how well these little lights do. But have our little box here. Let me see. Please, the all-in-one. Okay, thank God. Yes, it is. Okay. No assembly required, thank God. Right, let me get the rest of these out. Alright guys, here she is. All built up and done. What do you guys think? I really love it. I can't wait for us to have an event or something, a little get together back here. I think it's gonna be really nice. We were actually thinking, like we were talking, we were really talking in joke, but we were actually kind of serious. We were thinking to name the bar, and we're like, maybe we could call it Brax's Backyard Bar. Name it after this little one here. Yeah, and then we're like, maybe we can name like, you know, integral parts of the house, because we already call our house like our internet. You know, you can name your internet. Ours is called Mazelin Manor, so that's what we refer to the house as from the point when we had bought it. So yeah, so now it would be Brax's Backyard Bar or just Brax's Bar. But I think Brax's Backyard Bar sounds more playful and sounds nice. And then maybe we just put like a little sign somewhere back there. Yeah, so I think it could be cute. What y'all think? Do you think I should workshop the name, or do you like that as an option? Say hi. But anyways, I'm getting hot now and feeling a little bit sticky, so I'm gonna go inside. I think I'm probably gonna end up taking a shower before dinner. Come on, say bye. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Look who's home.
Hi,
Hi.
it's me.
It's you. There you go. And so we got our lights on. You checking out the different settings. Yeah, but it's cute though.
I think it is so cute.
It is. And how you like the stools? You see the four of them actually fit. We might get two more to go on the back.
That'll be good. They sell them in pairs.
Yeah, they sell them as two.
See the different things you can do with it?
So you're having fun. Guys, Brian had me go back for a beer just so he could try it on. His new bottle opener.
Don't show them yet.
Oh. There you go.
Alright.
Hey.
Look at me go.
Right. Okay, bartender.
Hello.
I'm not gonna lie, I think it gives a little bit more light than I thought it would have too.
Likewise.
Yeah, because it's so far from the table. Like, it's not a bright light, but it's enough that if we were doing something down here, you could come around here and not be blind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which I think is decent because the lights were pretty far apart, which is why we had to like twist the cord as much as we did.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very warm light, and it's not very big, but it does what it needs to do. It gives aesthetic.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy.
Yeah, me too.
It's crazy how the backyard has come along in 6 months.
Yeah.
Because we started this, March? February is when we started the permit process for the fence.
Oh, okay. So yeah, about March. That's very nice. What you guys think? You let us know down below.
What's up, Maz gang? Oof. I really gotta stop waiting till the last minute to do these things. Un momento, por favor. Move, Braxton. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I had to put my notes down on my iPad because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything when I do this little recap. So, last week, excuse me, so sorry. I guess to recap some of what was going on last week. Last week I ended up having to go get an MRI for my for my Crohn's. Jesus. I had to get, y'all heard what I was about to say? We're not even gonna speak that up. I had to get a MRI for my Crohn's disease because I've been having, I guess, a flare-up. But this flare-up is different. I'm not gonna get into details about what I've been going through because it's a little graphic. It's a little too much for YouTube, I think, but it's different from what I'm used to in terms of a flare. So I finally was able to get in with my gastroenterologist. First off, it took me 3 months to actually be able to get the appointment to see her. And then I think I made the appointment in March. I didn't get to see her until May. And then I had to schedule the MRI with, somebody else. And I scheduled it in May, and they didn't have an availability until July. So it's just been a long time going or coming. So I had the MRI. The MRI was great. Like, they did, I think, of my small intestines. Everything looked great. It was picture perfect. Amazing. But that doesn't help me because I'm still in pain. I'm still dealing with, the issues that I've been dealing with. So they now have to do a endoscopy, upper endoscopy, and a colonoscopy. And she's so booked up, I can't get that until September 15th. So I have to wait some more time. Like, I'll be back from Alaska once I'm able to get that those procedures done. They're going to do it at the same time. So yeah, I got some more time to wait. But while I was there, they had me take this. I don't know if you guys have ever had a MRI done. If you have claustrophobia, oh my goodness, it will definitely trigger it. Luckily, because it was of my abdomen and my pelvic region, my head was closer to the top. So I didn't have to, I could look up and see the roof. So that was able to calm me. And then also this time in the MRI, I never had the option to listen to music. So they had headphones and it was like, anything you want to listen to, just let us know. And I chose Kalani. So they just had like a whole medley of all Kalani songs, and that I was able to listen to the whole time. I was in that tunnel for maybe 30 minutes, and it's not easy. Like, it is not easy at all. But they had me drink this drink which will illuminate my insides. I've taken it before, and like maybe a couple years ago, and it was disgusting. It was so nasty. But this time it actually wasn't bad at all. It was not bad at all. It didn't leave an aftertaste. Like, I didn't mind it, you know? So that was good. Then they put the contrast in your IV, and it tastes metallic. And then they did something else to freeze my intestines from moving, because you know your intestines are constantly contracting to like move whatever's in there along. So in order to get a non-blurry image, they have to freeze it, and that's what they did. And that was weird, but it was, it was done. So that was that. That was last week, and I ended up having my appointment, my follow-up with my doctor on this week, on what's today? Saturday. I had it on Thursday. And yeah, that's when I told you she said she was gonna have to do those procedures or whatever. But in the midst of it, like, she's a really nice lady. But I needed her to check some stuff. And it almost felt like she didn't really want to, I don't know. I'm just hoping that I made the right choice, because I really did enjoy my doctor in Orlando, and I was still going to him. But now that I don't have my benefits, well, actually, update on that. But now that I don't have my benefits to pay nothing to get down there, it's not feasible for me to keep going to him. So I had to, go up there, come up here. So but yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on the issues with the Crohn's. We got plenty of time, y'all. It won't be until September when I'll be able to update you. So, but I'll keep you posted. Oh, I also have to have an appointment with the colorectal surgeon, so I have to make that on Monday. But outside of that, last week I took Braxton to my mom's house. So my mom is not a dog person. So when she called me to drop off Braxton because she wanted him to have a play date with her neighbor's dog, I was like, okay, say less. So I did that. Braxton had his first play date, y'all. It was so cute. At first he was nervous, and it's multiple reasons why. He has only really been around his siblings, and then he came to us, and then he was around Peanut's dog. But when he was around Peanut's dog, he was a puppy. He was probably like 3 or 4 months old, so he was tiny. And Saint was like a 20-pound Cocker Spaniel, black with a heavy, heavy bark. So it scared the piss out of him, literally. He peed all over Peanut. So that was his first interaction with the dog outside of his siblings. And then Brandy and Whitney's dog just do not like him. They do, like, he loves her, but she cannot stand him. She runs from him at every given moment. So he's used to chasing her for attention. And then the other neighbor's dog, which I really don't care for, his name is Ben, the one who was peeing and pooping all in my yard. That dog, every time he sees him, he tries to attack Braxton. So Braxton is like always running from him. So when I took him to my mom's neighbor's house, the dog ran out of the door and like ran up to Braxton, and Braxton darted. Like, he was out of there, wanted no parts. But I'm imagining that he was thinking, okay, this is just like the other dog who always tries to attack me. But I guess after like 15 minutes, he ended up warming up to the dog. I forgot the baby's name. I can't tell you what the dog's name was, but he ended up warming up to him and was trying to hump the dog. Oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed because my mom called me. Was like, Braxton over there trying to hump this dog, and then I was like, oh well, that's how they play. Don't pay it no mind. Like, I was a little ashamed, but that's what dogs do. But they got along very well. He had a good time. When he came home, he went straight to sleep, which is what we like. But in addition to the other dog, or to that dog, we may be getting another one, right? So Vic's neighbor, like not neighbor, one of Vic's friends in Dallas, because you know that's where Bessie don't move to. He's left and gone to Dallas, and one of his friends has a poodle who's a very similar size to Braxton, same age, maybe a little bit older. Um, but she cannot, like she said, it's becoming a lot to take care of the dog. So she was looking for a home. And Vic was like, Vic lost Callie, so she was offering the dog to him. But when he said it, I was like, well, what does the dog look like? Show him to me. And his name is Blaze. And I think it'll be a good fit. So if I can get out there this week, then I will possibly be bringing home another dog for Braxton to have a playmate, which I think would be nice because he requires a lot of energy, a lot of attention that I can't necessarily give him all the time, me or Alec. So I think it'd be nice for him to have a playmate, a big brother to play with. So fingers crossed, y'all. I just don't feel like traveling. I don't feel like going to Dallas. I ain't gonna tell no lie. Cause it is, and it's not that I don't want to see Vic. I am excited to see my brother, my sister, but getting around is just a lot. So I may have to like get wheelchair service and then like walking and all. It's just so much. So I'm not looking forward to the trip itself, but it is what it is. And then having to come back with two dogs because she says she wants to see how Braxton and Blaze interact because she doesn't want them to not get along and then Blaze is stuck in my house, which makes sense. So I guess I'll figure it out. Also, the gazebo was done. I think I showed y'all that. Here's an updated picture with it at night with the lights on it. It's so pretty. And then we also have plants to put out by the fire pit. So once I get the pavers to put it on so it's level, then we'll put those out there. I got to get rocks to be able to secure the planters from moving. Because I honestly thought I was getting a deal with these big planters at Bed Bath and Beyond, like Overstock.com, but it doesn't have an insert. It doesn't have anything in it. It's just a really big planter, and it's like I don't really want to fill this thing up with sand, and then I won't be able to move it at all. So I got to figure out how I'm gonna work this out. But once I figure that out, then we'll put the planters out there. I also need to find a place to put my grill because I don't want it in the basement anymore. I just really want to buy a cover for it and leave it outside somewhere. I just don't know where yet. But yeah, that's been the update. That's what's been going on. Sorry y'all missed us last week, but we definitely needed that break. But yeah, so Alaska we have coming up, and I'm so excited, y'all. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It is a smaller crowd. I think we have 18 people going. Last time we had over 40, and that was to the Caribbean. But to get 18 people, I think was dope because the price point for this cruise was, anything Alaska is going to be so much more expensive. So it was like double the amount of what the original one was, or the first one. So to be able to pull out 18, I think was pretty dope. We are extremely excited. We have some second timers coming with us. We have some new people coming. Like I think it's going to be really, really nice. And all of the videos that I've been watching with the views and like the wildlife, I'm just super excited because Alec and I have not vacationed since our last cruise. That was the last time that we went on vacation. So it's been a year. And if you know us, you know that traveling was a massive part of our, beginning. Like I had to travel to see him. He had to travel to see me. We traveled together. Like when I was with Spirit, he was coming on my layover. So travel is a major part of our relationship. So to have that, kind of been going for a year now. It'll be a year since we've been able to travel. It's been different. But we are so excited. We're excited to meet everybody. We're excited to make new memories. I cannot wait. But we are going to have another one. However, the next one won't be until 2028. So I'll leave the information for that probably after Alaska. But we'll be going back to the Caribbean. It'll be I think 7 days. I gotta look at the itinerary in China, I forgot. But the price point is actually cheaper than the first one, but it's more days. I cannot wait. It's like St. Martin. I just cannot wait. It's gonna be really, really nice. Barbados. It's oh my gosh, it's gonna be I'm so excited for that one. Back in the heat, which will be nice. I think Alaska was fun. If anybody else wants to do an Alaska cruise, we can definitely plan one. But I'm excited to do another Caribbean cruise. But okay, y'all, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna go back downstairs and keep my husband company because he is down there prepping for tomorrow's pop-up. So yeah, I will see y'all a little bit later.
Hey guys.
What's going on, Maz gang?
Hey, making sure I turn this way so you don't see all the chaos that is in the kitchen. As you can see, I am still at it baking. Yeah, I can't wait till next week is done because I'm taking a vacation from the baking for a couple of weeks, at least for the weekend pop-ups. I do have some orders to do in August. So I'll be doing that leading up to the cruise. But yeah, doing this 3 weekends in a row, bigger undertaking than I thought. Yeah. Oh. Sorry guys, that's Braxton there. Yeah, but sorry we didn't give you a vlog last week.
Yeah.
And this week hopefully it wasn't underwhelming for you, but we've been going through it. I think this week coming though, I'm excited at least for what is gonna be shown. Brian's gonna be traveling, not me.
Oh, I did talk about that a little bit.
Did
We'll see.
Did you tell them what it was for? Okay, start very surprising them.
Oh, yeah.
So much for that. Okay, well, anyways, guys, I'm not gonna drag this out any longer. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Just give us a thumbs up, even just to support, because we had a rough week. Please comment down below and show a little bit of love. And then share it with somebody who wants a little bit more love in their lives. And if you haven't done it already, do what?
Subscribe.
All right, guys, I'm about to get back to the baking, so
Toodles.